Today is Saturday, the 6th of April 2024, and we have 58 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 47 BC. Starting with the most recent event, which happened 6 years ago. A bus carrying the Humboldt Broncos junior ice hockey team collides with a semi-truck in Saskatchewan, Canada, killing 16 people and injuring 13 others. 7 years ago in 2017, US military launches 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles at an airbase in Syria. Russia describes the strikes as an aggression, adding they significantly damage US-Russia ties. 12 years ago in 2012, Azawad declares itself independent from the Republic of Mali. 13 years ago in 2011, in San Fernando, Tamaulipas, Mexico, over 193 victims of Los Zetas were exhumed from several mass graves. 14 years ago in 2010, Maoist rebels kill 76 CRPF officers in Dantewada district, India. 15 years ago in 2009, a 6.3 magnitude earthquake strikes near L'Aquila, Italy, killing 307. 16 years ago in 2008, the 2008 Egyptian general strike starts, led by Egyptian workers, later to be adopted by April the 6th youth movement and Egyptian activists. 19 years ago in 2005, Kurdish leader Jalal Talabani becomes Iraqi president. Shiite Arab Ibrahim al-Jafari is named premier the next day. "20 years ago in 2004, Rolandas Paksas becomes the first president of Lithuania to be peacefully removed from office by impeachment. 26 years ago in 1998, nuclear weapons testing. Pakistan tests medium-range missiles capable of reaching India. 27 years ago in 1997, in Greene County, Tennessee, the Lillooet murders occur. 30 years ago in 1994, the Rwandan genocide begins when the aircraft carrying Rwandan President Juvenal Habyarimana and Burundian President Cyprien Ntaryamira is shot down. 32 years ago in 1992, the Bosnian War begins. 39 years ago in 1985, the Sudanese President Ghaffar Nimiri is ousted from power in a coup d'etat led by Field Marshal Abdul Rahman Swar al-Dalhab. 40 years ago in 1984, members of Cameroon's Republican Guard unsuccessfully attempt to overthrow the government headed by Paul Biya. 50 years ago in 1974, in Brighton, United Kingdom, ABBA wins the 1974 edition of the Eurovision Song Contest with Waterloo, the first of a joint record 7 Swedish wins. 51 years ago in 1973, the launch of Pioneer 11 spacecraft. In the same year, the American League of Major League Baseball begins using the designated hitter. 52 years ago in 1972, in the Vietnam War, Easter Offensive, American forces begin sustained airstrikes and naval bombardments. 54 years ago in 1970, New Hall Massacre. 4 California Highway Patrol officers are killed in a shootout. 56 years ago in 1968, in the downtown district of Richmond, Indiana, a double explosion kills 41 and injures 150. 56 years ago in 1968, Pierre Elliott Trudeau wins the Liberal Party leadership election and becomes Prime Minister of Canada soon afterwards. 59 years ago in 1965, launch of Early Bird, the first commercial communication satellite to be placed in geosynchronous orbit. 66 years ago in 1958, Capital Airlines Flight 67 crashes into Saginaw Bay near Freeland, Michigan, killing 47. 67 years ago in 1957, the flag carrier airline of Greece for decades, Olympic Airways, is founded by Aristotle Onassis following the acquisition of TAE, Greek National Airlines. 77 years ago in 1947, the first Tony Awards are presented for theatrical achievement. 79 years ago in 1945, in World War II, Sarajevo is liberated from German and Croatian forces by the Yugoslav partisans. In the same year, also in World War II, the Battle of Slaters Knoll on Bougainville comes to an end. 83 years ago in 1941, again in World War II, Nazi Germany launches Operation 25, the invasion of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, and Operation Marita, the invasion of Greece. 88 years ago in 1936, Tupelo, Gainesville tornado outbreak. Another tornado from the same storm system as the Tupelo tornado hits Gainesville, Georgia, killing 203. 94 years ago in 1930, at the end of the Salt March, Gandhi raises a lump of mud and salt and declares, "With this, I am shaking the foundations of the British Empire." 95 years ago in 1929, Huey P. Long, Governor of Louisiana, is impeached by the Louisiana House of Representatives. 98 years ago in 1926, Varney Airlines makes its first commercial flight. Varney is the route company of United Airlines. 106 years ago in 1918, in the Finnish Civil War, the Battle of Tampere ends. 107 years ago in 1917, in World War I, the United States declares war on Germany. 113 years ago in 1911, during the Battle of Decik, Dedi Gion Luli Dedvakash, leader of the Malasauri Albanians, raises the Albanian flag in the town of Tutsi, Montenegro, for the first time after George Kastrioti Skanderbeg. 115 years ago in 1909, Robert Peary and Matthew Harrison become the first people to reach the North Pole. Peary's claim had been disputed because of failings in his navigational ability. 128 years ago in 1896, in Athens, the opening of the first modern Olympic Games is celebrated, 1,500 years after the original Games are banned by Roman Emperor Theodosius I. 158 years ago in 1866, the Grand Army of the Republic, an American patriotic organization composed of Union veterans of the American Civil War, is founded. It lasts until 1956. 159 years ago in 1865, in the American Civil War, the Battle of Sailor's Creek. Confederate General Robert E. Lee's Army of Northern Virginia fights and loses in its last major battle while in retreat from Richmond, Virginia, during the Appomattox Campaign. 162 years ago in 1862, again in the American Civil War, the Battle of Shiloh begins. In Tennessee, forces under Union General Ulysses S. Grant meet Confederate troops led by General Albert Sidney Johnston. 164 years ago in 1860, the reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, later renamed Community of Christ, is organized by Joseph Smith III and others at Amboy, Illinois. 183 years ago in 1841, US President John Tyler is sworn in 2 days after having become president upon William Henry Harrison's death. 194 years ago in 1830, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is organized by Joseph Smith and others at Fayette, New York. 210 years ago in 1814, nominal beginning of the Bourbon Restoration, anniversary date that Napoleon abdicates and is exiled to Elba. 212 years ago in 1812, British forces under the command of the Duke of Wellington assault the fortress of Badajoz. This would be the turning point in the Peninsular War against Napoleon-led France. 216 years ago in 1808, John Jacob Astor incorporates the American Fur Company that would eventually make him America's first millionaire. 224 years ago in the year 1800, the Treaty of Constantinople establishes the Septinsular Republic, the first autonomous Greek state since the fall of the Byzantine Empire. Under the old-style calendar, then still in use in the Ottoman Empire, the treaty was signed on the 21st of March. 231 years ago in 1793, during the French Revolution, the Committee of Public Safety becomes the executive organ of the Republic. 242 years ago in 1782, King Buddha Yodfa Chulalongkorn Rama I of Siam, modern-day Thailand, establishes the Chakri dynasty. 248 years ago in 1776, in the American Revolutionary War, ships of the Continental Navy fail in their attempt to capture a Royal Navy dispatch boat. 312 years ago in 1712, the New York slave revolt of 1712 begins near Broadway. 372 years ago in 1652, at the Cape of Good Hope, Dutch sailor Jan van Brebeck establishes a resupply camp that would eventually become Cape Town. 444 years ago in the year 1580, one of the largest earthquakes recorded in the history of England, Flanders or northern France, takes place. 571 years ago in 1453, Mehmed II begins his siege of Constantinople. The city falls on May the 29th and is renamed Istanbul. "704 years ago in 1320, the Scots reaffirm their independence by signing the Declaration of Arbroath. 1622 years ago in the year 402, Stilicho defeats the Visigoths under Alaric in the Battle of Palencia. 2070 years ago in the year 47 BC, Julius Caesar defeats Catullus Metellus Scipio and Marcus Poicius Cato, Cato the Younger, at the Battle of Thapsus. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.